Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta that came out on the anniversary of Xbox, which is actually a really cool surprise. I really like that. Now, taking into consideration that this is a beta and not the full release, this is just the multiplayer side of things. And honestly, I love it. Before we get started though, let me go over kind of my history with Halo, because I feel like that's a huge factor in how I feel about this game overall. So I've actually played Halo 1 through 4, including ODST and Reach. Now I haven't really played too much of the spin-off games, the RTS kind of spin-off games, but in terms of mainline entries, I've played almost every single one, except for Halo 5 Guardians. The reason I didn't play is because I heard very mixed things, and at the time I didn't have an Xbox One, and I didn't really care to get one for Halo 5 because of the bad reception. I think what really turned me off was the fact that split screen was not in the game. And I don't know if they patched it in later or whatever, but yeah, that kind of really dampened my hype for that game. Which, to be honest, wasn't much of a hype anyways, because I wasn't really into Halo at the time. So that's kind of my history. I've played almost every mainline entry up to this point except for 5. That said, Halo Infinite is fantastic, at least in terms of this multiplayer beta. Growing up, I didn't really play Halo by myself a lot. I always played it with other people. And so for this beta, I've been playing it by myself. I mean, obviously online, but I haven't, been playing with friends or anything like that. I've been just kind of trying it out, seeing how it feels, seeing how the gunplay is, and holy heck, I really like how this game feels. The gunplay is fast, it's quick, it's snappy, but also has that Halo weight to it that is so familiar. Honestly, the first couple matches, I was starting to, warm up to the controls and all that, and I was getting really good by the end of it. I played earlier today, and I really enjoyed the gunplay here. I think they did a great job at mixing in what made Halo special in the first place, while also adding some new elements to the game that really shake things up. And again, I haven't really played Halo 5, and if I did, it was a very tiny bit of the game, but this game feels excellent, honestly. You can aim down sights, and of course for some weapons, it's not really aiming down, it's more zooming in, which is fine. I just like having the added zooming in effect to actually line up my shot. But there's so much more than just the gunplay itself. They have special abilities that you can get, like the grapple hook, which holy crap, I love the grapple hook, even though I haven't had the chance to actually use a lot of it. But when I did use it, oh my goodness, it was incredible. If you've seen the gameplay of, Spartans using the grapple hook and latching onto ledges and swinging around the place, and you're like, man, that looks like it feels great. It does. It really does. There are other abilities like a dash ability, which is really cool. And then there's an ability that lets you put down a shield. There's also one that I don't really know what it's for exactly. I've seen one of the trailers that the Spartan uses it to move a warhog, which is pretty neat, I guess, but I'm still not sure what that ability does. But regardless, these abilities add so much to the gameplay. I wished I used more of them, but I always forgot to actually use the abilities before I died. The multiplayer modes are also really enjoyable. You have modes that include big team battles with 12v12 combat in these huge maps with vehicles, of course, and it's honestly just so incredible. It definitely does feel like old Halo again, with some new elements to really give it that modern flair. But there's also those game modes that keep it really close and personal, which I love. I really love the arena battles where you really have to rely on teamwork and strategy to overcome your enemies. It's really fantastic. Honestly, both of these modes are pretty great, and both of these come fair share with their own little modes like Slayer, Capture the Flag, Oddball, all that stuff. Honestly, I didn't expect to like Oddball that much, but to my surprise, I really enjoy it. Basically, you just hold the ball for as long as you can until you get to the certain amount of points that is needed to win. It can be really chaotic. Also, Slayer is probably my favorite, even though that's the most basic thing there is here. Honestly, all these other modes are great too. You also have a mode where you have to control certain points and certain areas for an amount of time. Overall, it's pretty standard stuff. There's also a pretty good training mode, although they don't really explain any of the abilities that you get in the multiplayer mode, which I would have really preferred in the training mode showed you like how each ability worked, because again, I still don't really know the purpose of that one ability that just moves vehicles apparently. Of course, this can't be a really great multiplayer game without some great customization. And it's here. You even get a little special AI that you can customize too. My favorite being Fret, by the way. Of course, you can customize your armor, your vehicles, and your weapons with tags and emblems and all that. Each mode is also pretty fun, although I would rather play Slayer most of the time, and I really wish you could pick Slayer out of all the other modes. You know, just kind of pick which mode you want to play instead of it randomly matching up to whatever. But as of right now, that's the case. You basically just pick between ranked matches, big multiplayer matches, or arena matches, and the rest is random. And while I would have liked to see actual, choice in the matter, I didn't mind too much because the game is just so dang fun. But that's also something you can add later on. But other than that, some of these modes are actually pretty fun. I didn't really expect to like Oddball very much, but I actually kind of like it, to be honest. It's not my favorite mode, but if you get in a good match, it's really fun and addicting. Capture the Flag is also really fun, of course, especially in the big team battles. But there's one mode in particular that I wasn't too big of a fan of at first, but it kind of grew on me more and more I played of it. And that is Stockpile. Stockpile is kind of like Capture the Flag. You take these little pods to your base, and then once you get all 5, your team wins a point. I believe this is only in the big team battle section. And while I didn't like it at first very well, because I didn't really understand what was going on at first, I really grew to love it. I don't think I've played every mode yet, because again, it's randomly picked for you, but the ones I've played so far range from decent to great. The flow of combat is probably the best part about multiplayer in this game, because in past Halo games, there's this sense of flow throughout the combat. Even in the campaign mode, it's just how the game was built. And in Halo Infinite, they nailed that sense of flow, and it just feels great to play through. You can kill a guy with an assault rifle and grapple hook to a Banshee and then take out that guy and shoot a bunch of people down below. It's just so incredible. You're always moving. There's not a lot of downtime in Halo, which is incredible, and that's what makes Halo Halo. Unless you're like me and like to snipe and kill people from far away. Also, let's go ahead and talk about maps, because the maps for the arena mode are actually incredible. I didn't really think I would love the small close quarter combat in Halo, but to my surprise, I really enjoy these areas. Maps like Streets and Bazaar are incredible and something you don't see a lot in Halo. You don't really see a lot of these human elements in Halo games, like arcade machines and, bazaars and all this stuff that you associate with humans. You just don't really see a lot in Halo. So it's really cool to have this Halo gameplay in something like this. It's really weird, but at the same time, I love it. Then just the lights really pop. There's a lot of neon in some of these areas. The big team battle maps, on the other hand, I like them, but I still need some more time with them. They have that Halo twang to them where it's a bunch of ancient alien structures and all that stuff. Not saying they're bad, but I just need more time with them. Overall, they're pretty good, but the real standouts for me are the arena maps, for sure. I will say that the one downside, and I hear they're going to be patching this, they're probably going to be patching it at the time of this recording or after I get the video out, but that is the progression. The progression seems a bit slow. It took me a while just to get to level 2. I've been playing for at least 4 hours. Again, it's really hard to put this game down, and I was really surprised it took me that long to get to level 2. But again, they're probably going to be patching this in, and they probably already did patch it in at the time of this recording. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta. Overall, if you're a Halo fan, you're obviously playing this right now. But if you're not, or if you're a casual fan, or you're on PC and you're just not sure yet, honestly, it's free to play. Just go ahead and check it out. It's really fun, and you will definitely get your mileage out of it. Let me know down below if you've been playing this multiplayer beta, and if you like it or not. Have you been pouring in dozens and dozens of hours already, even though it just got released like a week ago? Let me know down below. Also, let me know if this is your first time getting into Halo or playing a Halo game. I really want to hear your thoughts on the new beta. Also, be sure to check out my channel for upcoming reviews and news updates on certain games. I kind of do a variety of that kind of stuff on the channel. Be sure to subscribe for a Halo Infinite review because I am definitely getting my hands on this game when the campaign comes out. Especially after playing the multiplayer. Holy crap. I'm not even really into multiplayer games like this. But even I'm having a huge blast with this beta. And I'm also considering dropping $10 for that Battle Pass, which I've never done before. I've never bought a Battle Pass at all. But for Halo Infinite, it honestly seems worth it. At least to me, it really does feel so good to play. It's so addictive. It's so hard for me to put down. And with that said, I'm going to go and play Halo Infinite right after this recording. So thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. God bless.